fucking die!
The Wolf of Wall Street is easily one of the wildest movies ever made. But what if I told you that some of the craziest scenes weren't even in the script? Today, we're looking at 30 mind-blowing facts about this masterpiece that will completely change the way you watch it. Let's dive in. Let's start with that iconic chest-thumping and chanting scene with Matthew McConaughey. It was completely unscripted. That was actually Matthew's real-life warm-up ritual before shooting. Leo looked at the director in pure confusion, but Scorsese just kept the cameras rolling.
And I was doing it before the scene, and then I'd start the scene. We do 5 takes. I'm happy, Martin's happy, we're about to move on. And before we moved on, Leonardo raised his hand. He goes, hey, hang on a second. He goes, what's that thing you're doing before the scene? And I told him, and he goes, what if you put that in the scene? I was like, yeah, great.
Remember the stuff they were snorting on screen? Obviously it wasn't real, but it wasn't fake sugar either. The actors were actually snorting crushed up vitamin B pills. And here's the kicker. They snorted so much of this powder that Jonah Hill actually developed severe bronchitis and had to be hospitalized. Talk about dedication. This movie literally made Margot Robbie a superstar. But she was so incredibly nervous before her big scene with Leo that she had to down 3 shots of tequila back-to-back just to calm her nerves. In fact, Margot actually got the role because she slapped Leonardo DiCaprio during her first audition. They were running an improvisational scene, and instead of kissing him like the script said, she just walloped him in the face and screamed, "Fuck you." The room went dead silent, but Leo and Scorsese burst out laughing and hired her on the spot. Remember the legendary scene where Jordan Belfort is completely paralyzed and tries to open his Lamborghini door with his foot? Leo completely improvised that movement. He actually threw his back out filming it. Believe it or not, the crazy yacht storm scene is 100% true. The real-life luxury yacht actually sank off the coast of Italy, exactly like it did in the movie. And the scene where Jordan crashes his helicopter into his own backyard? That wasn't Hollywood exaggeration either. The real Jordan Belfort actually did that while completely out of his mind. The real Jordan Belfort actually makes a cameo. Look closely at the very final scene. He's the guy who introduces Leonardo DiCaprio on stage in New Zealand. Jonah Hill wanted to work with Martin Scorsese so badly that he agreed to take the absolute minimum Hollywood salary, just $60,000. Meanwhile, Leo made $20 million.
Who gives a shit? As always, the point is this.
$22 million in 3 fucking hours!
The F word is used a whopping 569 times in this movie. It actually set a Guinness World Record at the time for the most profanity in a major feature film. Remember the scene where a broker shaves her head for $10,000 to pay for breast implants? Yep, that actually happened at the real Stratton Oakmont firm. In the scene where Donnie swallows a live goldfish, Jonah Hill actually kept the fish in his mouth for about 3 seconds. There were literally animal rights lawyers on set watching his every move. To prepare for the infamous Quaalude scene, Leonardo DiCaprio spent weeks studying a specific viral YouTube video. It was an old clip titled "The Drunkest Guy Ever," showing a man desperately trying to crawl through a convenience store to buy beer. Leo literally memorized the man's exact body movements to nail that painful, hilarious crawl to his Lamborghini. Jonah Hill wore massive fake teeth to play Donnie. To truly get into character, Jonah used to call random businesses using that voice, just to see if people could understand him. In fact, the real Belfort personally coached Leo on how to act under the influence of various substances, since Leo had never tried any of them in real life. Pay close attention to the colors of Jordan's suits. As he becomes richer and more corrupt, his suits transition from cheap, loose gray fabrics to sharp, dark navy blue pinstripes. It's a visual track of his descent into greed. The monkey in the office scene was a real chimpanzee, and the crew had a strict rule. No one was allowed to look the chimp directly in the eyes, because it could trigger a violent reaction. The film was entirely banned in several countries, including Malaysia, Nepal, and Kenya, due to its extreme depictions of substance abuse. That beautiful white Lamborghini Countach that Jordan totally wrecks, it wasn't a cheap replica. It was an actual, incredibly rare, real Lamborghini. Scorsese insisted on destroying a real one because a fake car wouldn't crumple realistically. Leonardo DiCaprio stated that playing Jordan Belfort was the most exhausting role of his entire career, because of the sheer non-stop chaotic energy required for every single take. The shoot lasted for over 100 days. That is exceptionally long for a modern Hollywood comedy drama.
Background and action.
Hey, we'll talk in a minute. Thanks for coming by, huh?
Joanna Lumley, who played Aunt Emma, was so nervous about kissing Leonardo DiCaprio that it took them 27 takes to get it exactly right. 27 takes. Sure, nervous. Terrified of how her conservative Australian family would react to her full-frontal nude scenes, Margot Robbie flat-out lied to them. She convinced her parents that she used a body double and that Hollywood editors used advanced CGI to digitally paste her face onto another woman's body. And because they knew nothing about filmmaking, they actually believed her. When Jordan speaks directly to the camera, he breaks the fourth wall. Scorsese did this intentionally to make us feel like accomplices to his financial crimes. Despite playing a massive role as Jordan's first wife, Teresa, actress Kristen Milioti is actually on screen for a total of roughly 12 minutes. To find the perfect look for Naomi, the wardrobe department tested over 100 different outfits for Margot Robbie before settling on her iconic blue dress. The movie was originally rated NC-17, meaning adults only. Scorsese had to aggressively cut down several wild party scenes just to get an R rating for theaters. The real-world company was so corrupt that the writers didn't even need to dig deep. Most of the wild stories were found directly in public FBI court documents.
FBI! Everybody sit down, put your hands where they can be seen, and shut up!
And finally, fact number 30. Despite being a movie celebrating absolute chaos and illegal trading, it received 5 Academy Award nominations, including Best Picture and Best Director.
Was all this legal? Absolutely fucking not. But we were making more money than we knew what to do with.
So, which of these insane facts surprised you the most? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another Hollywood deep dive. See ya there!